Welcome to Topography, brought to you by Matt Miller and viewers like you. This is a show where we look at maps, and today's map, I thought it would be interesting to talk about WOL Ysamault, outdoor map from War of Light. I know everyone says like, hey, that was last month's map, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, yeah, I understand that. But I also thought that this map has a lot of cool stuff just for you to just think about from a meta perspective. Okay, so let's open it up to some core elements really quick. First off, all the special text is not for tournament play. So if someone says like blah 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 special text, I get to do this, you don't. Okay, so I have you can see both starting areas is pretty much symmetrical to an extent, and then I'll sort of collapse in on that. But today I got the lovely assistance of Phoenix Buster Iron Man. There you go. And I also have, making his debut, Captain America Sentinel. You can see that I wasn't, making stuff up. I do have one with energy whip and lightning beams and tail. Salic, scrolling over there, yes, that is Avengers Prime minus Captain America. And last but not least, Frosty Sentinel, that's made his appearance in almost like 3 videos, so he's a pro at this. Okay, so let's zoom back out here. Now, I'm just gonna go over some basics overall, just so that you can get a gist of the map. All right, so I got my starting areas here, and then on the other side over here, it's elongated standard starting area, which is a positive because you don't have to worry about, oh look, I can jump up, super 5 squares ahead and close the gap. You don't have to worry about that. Definitely when you have elongated starting areas that come up like 3, 4, 5 squares even, it creates a real big problem in the game. Okay, next we have blocking terrain. It's the same length deep right here and right here. Now, this blocking terrain can be great if you have somebody like Cosmic Spider-Man, or you just have a character that's just like, screw it, when I shoot, I destroy blocking terrain. Let me go chisel a hole and then fill it back in, full of barrier, free action barrier that I got from my power battery. Okay, so that is an option as well. All right, so it's a nice little tactic. I also would say don't go to the well on that too hard. Okay, because I can see the abuses coming up real quick about this map. Oh, look, they hid in the blocking terrain the entire map and shot me and waited for me to come in, and I wouldn't come in, so we did a roll-off, whatever. That's pretty much how I see it. So anyway, next, we're going to go next to the starting areas. Each starting area has a little set of 3 by 5 elevation 2 squares. Now this is nice because if you set up properly, you're able to cover a good amount of map. Definitely over here in the water area, and then if your opponent messes up and misplaces in the center area here, then yeah, you can get some cool shots off on some direct diagonals. I had some opponents the other day when I played mess up and didn't realize like, oh yeah, I'm on elevation 2, I can shoot you. Okay, so that's key. So I have both of the sentinels there just to sort of emphasize like, hey, really close up to your starting area are these great perches for you to put your snipers on, and you'll get a lot of clearance. Okay, the next thing that you're going to notice that's very distinctive is water. Lots and lots of water. Okay, so you have water here where the Avengers Prime is, and then you have 2 lines of water over here. Now, what we functionally have is a way to split the map because if you don't fly, homeboy, you're going to get stuck. And it's quite obvious. And let me try to see if I can get this to zoom in properly. Ooh, awesome camera work. Okay, I might have to move. I'm gonna have to move Phoenix Buster Iron Man. Okay, so as you can see, that little area right in there is elevation 2. And I'm gonna put, and then you can see the water right there and right there. So now I'm gonna zoom back out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Phoenix Buster Iron Man into that elevation 2. Now, I have him directly in front of 2 squares of blocking terrain, and there's a square of blocking terrain here and here. Okay, so pretty much your only way to walk up to that middle elevation 2 is right in here. Okay, so that already means that if you don't fly, like I said before, you're in trouble. Because this whole little island over here is pretty much blocked off to grounded people. And you can pick off grounded people with 0 range real easily. Now, there are these squares of blocking terrain, these 3 squares of blocking terrain right here that could provide some level of support. But I hate to say it like this. If you're able to properly control this elevation 2, you pretty much control, most of the map, and any time your opponent approaches you, they're sort of screwed. Okay, the next major thing we're going to look at where the Avenger Prime is the fact that we have all this water. Okay, we got a lot of water. That means that if you're able to pick map and you have some water shenanigans, but you're not dependent on water shenanigans, and you can use water shenanigans to hold, a decent foothold, then yeah, this could be a really good map for you. Can your opponent still, shoot you from, their starting area or close to their starting area perch? Yes, that is a good point. But if you have like some little effects like, while I'm in water, you can't draw line of fire to me, then yeah, that's going to be real awesome. Now, what this also means, again, if you don't fly and you don't have a dolphin symbol, you're going to run up in this water, stop, okay, then move through the water, and then when you leave out of the water, because it's hindering terrain for movement, you're going to have your movement cut in half. So that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a major problem. So definitely, if you notice, like, hey, my opponent has a team full of grounded figures that don't fly, that don't have any improved movement, and don't have any way of just ignoring water terrain. This is a good map to like slow them down. Even if they have a bunch of shooters, this map will do a good job providing problems for your opponent. Definitely if you can fly or you have any dolphin symbol figures. The other thing that's great about this map, there is not a lot of hindering terrain. So if you fight a stealth team, you can really put them in some bad positions, because there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares of hindering terrain on the entire map. So that's not a lot, okay? If your opponent is highly dependent upon blocking terrain, the blocking terrain is by the starting area. So if they need it, a little bit closer in. So if you're dealing with, League of Assassins, Hand, Terror Axe, stuff like that, then yeah, this is not their map. They hate this map. Okay, so that's primarily it. I know it's been a while since I did topography. I know a bunch of you all were like, I'm tired of topography. You did too many. Definitely, I decided like, I haven't done this in a while. And I also had a couple people saying, yo, homie, where's the video? Where's the video? What's up? I need to see stuff. So in tribute to that, I will have Phoenix Buster Iron Man do a little dance, give a little love with the Star Sapphire ring tonight. Sapphire ring tonight. All right, that's it. Please feel free to hit the subscribe button. If you want to do music or create awesome intro, outro music for this or Starting Over Podcast, email me at startingoverpodcast@gmail.com. and then we can set something up where you can get a nice little infographic like Mr. Greg Place, and to advertise your band or your own personal music career to the rest of the Starting Over podcast family. All right, that's it. You can also follow me on Twitter at StartOverPod. It came from outer space and told me more movie maps are coming. And you can go to the blog, startingoverpodcast.blogspot.com, and look at my random musings, donate. And if you want private tutoring sessions from me, Dark Logos, $15 an hour. And that's my low introductory price. And I will build your team from scratch and tell you how to run it. Okay. All right. That's it. I look forward to seeing you in my next episode.